Привет, ребята! У меня сегодня появилась возможность поговорить с моим приятелем Элуа. Он из Швейцарии. Он только что заканчивает программу MBA в Лондонской бизнес-школе, в школе LBS, и я хотела задать ему несколько вопросов о его опыте, о том, что он получил благодаря обучению на MBA-программе, благодаря своему опыту жизни в Лондоне. Кратко расскажу про его бэкграунд до этого. Элуа учился в университете Ст Галлен, это один из лучших университетов Швейцарии. На бакалавриате он заканчивал программу по бизнесу, и там же учился потом в магистратуре по программе бизнес, тоже бизнес и юриспруденция. Потом Элуа работал несколько лет в консалтинговой компании McKinsey, и после этого поступал на программу MBA. И вот сейчас уже, собственно, его двухлетняя программа подходит к концу, и, собственно, об этом я хотела как раз узнать о его опыте. Your two-year program is about to finish now, so could you just share in a couple of words what were your key learnings, what was like the best experience of this MBA program at LBS?
Sure. It's hard to know where to start. I would say maybe the two key things I take with me out of the MBA. First, I would say is just this huge group, people will call it network, but this huge group of friends, of people I know, people I've been with for almost 2 years now, from whom I've learned a lot, and with whom I had an amazing time at LBS, and I know in the future if I ever need anything or just want to hang out with them, it's great to have this group of people with me in the future. So that's one thing.
Mm-hmm. The network.
The network, basically, and the experience that goes with it. The second thing is, because you cover such a large spectrum of courses, I really feel like I have a better understanding of how companies work, of the business world in general. So to understand an MBA doesn't go in a lot of depth in many topics, mm-hmm. but it covers just a huge spectrum, which really helps you get a good sense of how businesses work.
Okay. Right, sounds cool. So it's the network and then the breadth of the subjects and areas that you cover.
Exactly. So I would say all the extracurricular activities are extremely important. All the club activities, also just fun activities where you go to treks, when you go to different countries. I was a week in Japan with 100 students from LBS. It was an amazing experience. All the clubs, all the professional clubs, the sports clubs, they're hugely important in the experience. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing, and then so as mentioned, just the general business knowledge that you get out of the MBA, I think really gives you an amazing basis to then go into the industry, consulting, banking, whatever you want to do, and build on this broad knowledge that you got from the MBA.
Okay, sounds cool. Is there something special about like LBS in particular, like this LBS experience? Because LBS is a very known brand. Of course, it's a number one school in Europe. So is there something like very specific about like LBS experience, being a part of the LBS community?
Yeah. So again, I would say two things. One thing is because it's such a known brand and in such a big business city, the contacts with companies are amazing. Mm-hmm. So there's so many known companies that come on campus that really want to show themselves, want to do presentations, want to employ people out of LBS. So these contacts and just all this information you get from these companies, I think is invaluable. And then the other thing about LBS, which is special, is just that it's really people from all over the world that are at London Business School. So it's amazing. You're in the UK, but there's only 10% of English people, and the rest are from Europe, South America, North America, Asia, Australia, Africa, just everywhere basically. Which I think really adds to the experience, is that you don't get one perspective from a certain place, you really get the whole global perspective. And also later, I spoke of the network. It means you'll have a network across the world, right? So wherever you want to work, there will be LBS alumni who you can reach out to, who you can work with, or just go out with.
Just before, when we were talking, you mentioned that MBA is especially useful. I mean, it's a very beneficial program, and you get a lot of value out of that. But it's very beneficial, for the people who want to make a career change. So for those people that makes that gives especially like a lot of tools and connections and whatever to make like these programs the next step in their career, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's really because it's such a known, well, LBS is a known brand, but also just MBA graduates in general, I think, are very valued in the business world. There's so many companies that are looking to hire MBA graduates. So for anyone who wants to make a career change, they have the best platform to get in contact with many different companies, and very interesting companies. In addition to all the skills that you learn, and you know, there's a lot of electives, so you can choose specific classes that you need to go into the industry that you're interested in, right? Mm-hmm. So if you want to go into finance, you can take the finance electives, but if you want to go into industry, then you can take maybe more strategy or operational type electives. So you can really adapt your curriculum for the type of career change that you want to make.
Okay. So at MBA, like you have this kind of generalized curriculum, but then you have the opportunity to go in depth to certain areas, yes, according to your professional interests.
Exactly. So you have the first year, which is very broad. It doesn't go very much into depth. So if you already have a business background, some of it might seem easy to you, mm-hmm, because it starts from the beginning. And then the whole second year is all about the electives that you take. Mm-hmm. So the second year, you tailor it to what your needs are, which can be, again, it can be something like finance or operations, but it can also be something very qualitative. So if you want to work on your qualitative skills, networking, building sort of your power within a company and things like that.
Which ones did you take?
So I took Pass the Power, for example, which was all about, again, networking. How do you make yourself, say, better at a certain competence level? So through networking, sponsoring, etc. I took Managing Change, which was, mm-hmm, again, a very interesting elective. Thinking strategically. Again, I took a lot of, that's why I was mentioning it, I took a lot of electives that emphasized the qualitative component, because I felt like my pure business knowledge was sort of where I wanted it at this point, but I wanted to work on my qualitative people skills, which are also invaluable and which you also really develop at an MBA. You might not think so, but it's definitely something that you work on during the MBA as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, sounds cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it's just a lot of fun. It's also something, you know, I have to say. Obviously, it takes time, and obviously it can be expensive, right, when you go to these type of schools. But also think about just the amount of fun you're going to have meeting so many different students. So. Yeah.
Yeah, but you get,
for me it was a great experience.
You get a lot of value out of it, like in all sense of the world. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.